Steve here with Half Dozen Customs. We're back out in the shop today. It is the weekend. I don't know how I want to do this exactly. So we got a new welder. It was given to us by a company called Sefaspe, and we are doing a promotional video for that welder. And there's a couple of things that I need to do for that to happen. So this is like the pre-video, I guess you would say. If you want to check out that video, take a look at our channel, and that video will be out there. But so we need a couple of things to test it on. And I don't just want to do a couple of pieces of scrap metal like most people normally do, and you weld them together and say, okay, welder works good. I actually want to put it to use and see how this thing works. If I need to make something in my shop, how's this welder gonna work? So one of the things that I've been meaning to do is, a while back, we made this stand, and this is for my GoPro. My GoPro goes in here. The light goes up on the top here. It's adjustable, so it slides up and down. You can spin it around. The whole thing's adjustable every which way. And it works really good. This is probably the best stand I have. I have this one. This one's actually for my camcorder, but I have another one that's similar to this, that's actually a larger setup that I actually use. I actually use this like chip clip. My GoPro screws onto here. And then I clip this guy onto my tripod. And that tripod goes up pretty tall. So, this guy I got sitting on the workbench. But, you got him down on the floor, like, he's good level to get like a ground level view of what you're doing on this table. You put it up against my workbench, and it's not tall enough. So a lot of times what I do is I'll use my stool here, and I'll set the camera up on my stool so that we have some extra height, and then it's actually like looking down on the table that you're working on, or looking down on the work. Now, I really like this guy because I can stick him inside of a vehicle. I can stick him up underneath the hood. He works great. It's one of the best GoPro stands I have. But I need one bigger. So, what I have here is, this is just a piece of 3/4 inch conduit. So I'm going to cut out a piece of 1/8 inch steel here. So this I traced out the base. So that's the size of the base. And we're going to do it a little bit bigger because it's going taller. So I would like to, not have it falling over. So we're gonna cut this out, and then we're gonna weld this conduit to it, and make a new base that is taller. You can see how tall. I'm gonna leave it this length. So, and then that way, like, we could have the camera up there getting an above view. Like, I can put it next to a vehicle, and get down you know, video the roof. So so that's one of the things I'm gonna do. So we're gonna cut this out, but welding that together will be in the welding video. Then I think we're gonna cut this up to here and remove this piece as well, and we'll cut him into a few pieces, and we'll have a couple of test pieces to weld together. Then I also need to we need to get some, like, just some sheet metal, you know, like I have tons of sheet metal, you know. Let's cut a piece like this into a few different pieces, you know, and get some sheet metal together to test. Now, you know, all the videos I see of people doing testing of welders and all that stuff, that's what they're doing. They're just taking, you know, a couple pieces of sheet metal, they're tacking them together, welding them together, taking a couple pieces of steel, tacking them together, welding them together, and that's their thing. So like I said, I want to kind of put this to use, as in like a day-to-day life in my shop. So that's why we're going to do the camera stand. We will do a couple of tests where, you know, we actually, you know, like try and weld an 1/8" piece of steel together. Me welding a piece of conduit to a piece of 1/8" steel plate is not the same of, you know, giving it the gusto and trying to weld two pieces together as if you were going to weld together a car frame, you know. So we will do that as well. And then another thing that I want to do is we have some welding to do on the Monte Carlo over here that we work on every Monday. So I would like to do some welding on that as well, just to see how this welder works in, you know, a day-to-day basis. So, you know, not only are we going to get some of that steel to get put together over here and a couple pieces of sheet metal, but I'm thinking, you know, we got a few holes here that need to be welded up, so maybe we'll weld those up. And then on the other side of this fender, you know, we cut this out, and we made a patch to put in here, and we welded that patch in, and then there's this indent here, and we actually cut around the indent and we hammered everything flat and we welded it back together. So I'm thinking maybe, you know, got a couple of holes that we can weld up to show, and then we have, you know, these couple of things here that we can weld up. Now, I don't know if we're gonna weld it all up, but you know, if we can at least just show how the welder works, I think that would be great. So, and show it how it works in real life scenarios. I need to know, you know, we have, oh, it's not over there, it's on the other side of the shop. You know, I have a 110 welder, it runs on gas, and it works great. I couldn't tell you how old this thing is. I was probably it was given to me by a buddy of mine, who said that it didn't work, and I got it working, and I've been using it ever since. But I probably got it from him 10 years ago, at least 10 years ago. So and it works good, but sometimes it's kind of finicky. So I've been looking to get new welder. Now, this welder that was given to us by Sefaspe is a 220 welder only, which is fine. I've been looking to get into 220 welders, and it does more than just welding metal. It does aluminum and stainless and it has lift art TIG, or scratch start. I'm sorry, scratch TIG, lift art TIG. You got to kind of scratch it like a match to get it to start. It doesn't work with the foot pedal. It's all adjusted on the machine. I'm not a TIG welder. I don't know anything about TIG welding, but I would like to learn how to TIG weld. You know, I don't know if this is a machine that you really should be learning on. They have 3 different styles. You know, I think they have scratch, lift, and then they have the just regular TIG. I forget what it's called, but that's the one with the foot pedal. So, and this is the one kind of in the middle of the 3 that you can get. Now, we don't have everything to do that right now, but it's something that is available. We've been looking into it. We are going to get it, and I'm going to learn how to TIG with this machine. And I guess if I can pick up on it, then, you know, maybe later on down the road we can look into maybe something with the foot pedal or whatnot. But, yeah, I don't know. I think maybe I'm going off track there a little bit, but anyways, if we can, you know, put this to work and use it in the shop, and maybe not necessarily replace my old welder, but like, you know, the project that's way in the back has framework that needs to be done to it. We need to back half that truck. Can I do it with my 110 welder? Sure, I can do it with my 110 welder. I've done lots of framework with a 110 welder, but if you can do it with a 220 welder, I highly suggest that, because you're going to get a better weld and more penetration. It's going to be stronger and more reliable, and safer going down the road. So now we got a 220 welder for that. So if this is a good welder and we can use it for that, that would be awesome. Not necessarily, don't know if we're going to test that out in this video coming up. I do also have, I think we're going to take a couple of rusty fence poles. I have these poles that I believe at one point in time, I cut them up, so I know what they look like. They look to me like they were cattle gates. And they're old and rusty and crusty and all that. So, you know, if we were out on the farm somewhere and didn't have gas available or grinders or cut off wheels or whatnot, you just got a stick welder and a wire brush. Can we get this stuff welded together? And we're going to test that out as well. So, but I think for right now, let's cut some of this steel here, and let's get some stuff together to weld up. Let's see. Let's start with some sheet metal first, because that's easy and doesn't make any noise. And grab my stool for you guys so you guys can see, because right now you guys are short, and we're gonna fix that. Well, guess that needed to be cleaned out anyways, right? What did you guys do? Alright, well, let's see if we can find some decent metal in here. That's not what I meant to do by any means. Look at that. Those look like 2 good pieces. Oh, that's funny. I've been saying I need to clean this out just because it's always just holds so much dust. Alright, well, that was funny and unexpected. So let me get this cleaned up and we'll be back. I think we got a couple pieces of sheet metal here that I don't think that we need to cut up, but you know, we can, you know, maybe tack a couple pieces together like so, and then we can, you know, try and weld these two pieces together. I think that'll give us some good demonstration. Let me get this cleaned up and we'll be back. Okay, got my mess cleaned up. Went through and just kind of picked through the stuff that I wanted to keep and threw the rest away, so that thing was overflowing as it was. Let's get to cutting this piece out and getting this piece cleaned up, so let's get to it. Okay, well, we got some of that stuff prepped out. We'll probably be back tomorrow to maybe get that fender prepped out for the stuff that I want to do there. And then the only other thing that we're probably going to end up doing is, like I said, a couple of rusty pipes that I have that I'm just going to clean them up with the wire brush, which is normally what you would probably have at hand outside on your farm. So we'll do that in the welder video. But yeah, so we'll be back. Make sure you check out that welder video, and I'll see you guys for the fender. Okay, we're back out here. It's the next day, and we're still kind of getting some stuff ready for this welding video. We have been testing out the welder, and we've been doing some videos on that, so everything's coming out good. Right now we're getting ready to test gas mix MIG welding. Gas mix MIG welding. So last night we did flux core and stick. So flux core, I just welded two pieces of sheet metal together with flux core. That went well. A lot of power behind this welder, and I have it turned down as low as it could go with welding that piece. And I mean, you really have to just barely tap that trigger to get it to weld, otherwise it's burning holes in it. But welding 1/8 inch, I got good penetration, and this is with the flux core. The stick welding stuff, I already broke apart what we had welded together and put it away, but it was just basically two rusty pipes. I hit it with a wire brush, not even a wire wheel, just a wire brush, and we welded the two pipes together using a stick. So, and that went well. Now we're going to do the gas flux mix, and one of the things that we got ready last night was a new camera stand. So real quick, I'm just going to mark, we're going to mark center on this guy. just gotta get it close enough. So we're just gonna kinda, I rounded off these corners, so we're just gonna kinda eyeball. So roughly that's our center. That's all we need. I'm close enough. So now let's see if we can put this. Close enough. I'll probably end up sticking another magnet here. Let's get a big one. Okay. I think that looks pretty good, pretty strong. So we got that ready for a video now. Next thing that we're gonna do, I told you I want to weld something up on this fender because we're trying to give, you know, real life experiences when we're doing this video. So I explained on this fender, we got, you know, we got some holes to weld up. We got some stuff that needs to be patched. Excuse me. What we're gonna do is there's this little body line guy down here. This guy here. Which on the other side, what we did was we just cut out around it. I hammered everything flat and we welded it up. So we're gonna do the same thing right now, and we're just gonna hammer that and get that ready. I'm not gonna worry about trying to shave this marker light right now for this video. That's a lot of work. Let's just, you know, and I think in this video I'm not even gonna weld it solid. We're gonna get a handful of tacks in it, see how it reacts with what we're doing, and maybe weld up one or two of these holes up here, and that'll be it for the end of the video. So the rest of fixing this fender will be in our Monte Monday video, so you know, check that out. Okay, so we got that ready now. What I'm gonna do now, I gotta get Colleen out here. We gotta get the welder set up for gas. Gotta do that whole video thing. So, and then we're gonna do this, and we'll probably pick back up on this fender tomorrow. I don't know what welder we'll be using. Probably not this one. We'll probably go back to my other one just until this welding video is released. But go and check out our welding video. It's Sefaspe is the welding company that sent this out to us. So go check that out and see how it works, and see what we think of it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit of a weird video, a little bit of an off video, because it's kind of an in-between video of multiple things that are going on in the shop at the same time. So like I said, check out our Monte Monday videos to see this fender get completed, and check out our welder video. Okay, we're back out here. We've been working on putting together a welder video for our new welder here, and we put some stuff together in a different video, this video, for that video. So if you haven't seen that video yet, go check it out. It's us testing out that welder. It's Sefaspe. We put together a video for it. It's a good welder. I like it. It does everything that they say that it's going to do so far. We're really going to put it to work and find out. But one of the things that we had put together is this new camera stand for me. So we built this camera stand last year, and it's awesome. I love it. Fits inside vehicles, fits under the hood. It's an awesome little camera. But I needed something that gets up on top of the roof when I'm up there, or you know, I can put it behind me and it can film over my shoulder. And we welded it together in that video. And I put 3 welds in it, just like I did with this one. There's 3 welds, one here, one here, one here. So I did the same thing on this one, and one of the welds turned out to be a good weld. It's a new welder. I'm getting used to it. It's a little weird with this welder. Like, when you very first start welding, it starts off slow and then it builds up, which is, I find, very odd. It's part of that smart technology. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it does that. But anyways, we are going to grind out these 2 welds that I'm unhappy with, and we're going to try again with this new welder. And we're going to try and see if we can get 3 decent looking welds around it. I think these welds are fine that are on there. They're just ugly. I don't like ugly welds. So let's see if we can fix this up a little bit, and then we can move on to the next project. So let me get you guys switched around onto the other camera stand, and get you over here and get our welder set up, and we'll get going here. Okay, so here we go. This is what we welded together. This was my first weld. Not happy with that one. My second weld, definitely got some more penetration with that one, but not happy with that one. Third weld, that one looks good. I'm happy with that one. So let's grind out these 2 welds here and see if we can lay some new ones. Okay, we got that cleaned up. I didn't get the welder set up yet because our new welder is 220. My compressor is 220. I have not added a second 220 to the shop yet. Something that's on my list to do. But we will unplug the compressor and get it's not a big deal, but unplug the compressor and get the welder set up. Only reason I want to add a second 220 is because I use my compressor and my welders at the same time. And if I can't have my compressor plugged in while I'm using this welder, that's a no-go. So But we'll get that done. I have the wire to run it. I just need to get the plug. So, but yeah, be right back. Okay, I think we're set up and we're ready to go. If you guys haven't seen the welder video yet, go check it out. It's a Sefaspe welder. It's 250D. This is a 220 welder. It's a 6-in-1. It does stick, flux core. It does your MIG gas. It does a MIG Max, which is for like aluminum and stainless. It has a spool gun feature that is separate from this, and it also has a TIG feature which is separate from this, meaning that you have to purchase a spool gun and you have to purchase the TIG gun, which we haven't got those yet, but we're going to. And so far what I've used of it, it seems like a decent welder. Being that it's smart technology, it's kind of finicky. Like if there's something wrong, it will go into like an error code setup, and you have to shut it down and restart it and try again. And if you haven't fixed the issue, it'll throw that error code again. It's that smart technology. You know, it's not like your old welder where you just plug it in and go, and if there's something wrong, it'll just keep going, you know, until you fix the issue. So this one does not let you keep going. So that's going to be something that we need to get used to. But let's see how we can do here. Like I said, that this welder seems like as you start, it starts off kind of slow and boogery, and then as the machine picks up, it welds really nice. So let's see if we can do this and get a nice weld. Okay, first one I'm okay with. The next one, not so much. I think we're gonna grind that up and try again. All right, let's try this again. Now it's good weld, it's got good penetration. It's just, it don't look very pretty. All right, good enough. Good enough. Not the prettiest welds yet. You know, I think I'll get better at them. It's just you know, new welder. I'm getting used to it. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna change your battery out. We're gonna clean this up and we're gonna put some paint on it real quick, so that way I can put it to use maybe tomorrow. Okay, get this guy moved over here, and I wiped it down, got all the magic marker off of it. Okay, we'll get a couple coats on this, and then we're gonna move on to, it's actually Monte Mondays, so we're gonna move over to the Monte Carlo, and you know, maybe a little later. The camera stand that you guys are on right now, Could use a fresh coat. It's a year old. The pole itself that the camera slides up and down on has started to wear the paint off and starting to rust, so we could clean that up, put another coat on it. And I've never liked the pinstriping that's on there. So maybe we'll re-pinstripe both of these and put that in another video. But I think we're gonna end this one here. So remember to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.